for the first time we have a very prominent representative here of a trade agency that helps international brands to sell their products in the German-speaking region. Thomas Breuker has been in this business for a long time and is looking after many very well-known brands. And you've been here at Pitti Bimbo for a long time as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is an important trade fair for you. Are there other trade fairs which you rate on a kind of equal level, or is really the Pitti Bimbo the one that you can't miss?
Well, for us, especially in the international market, the Pitti Bimbo is the most important one because we work with a lot of Italian brands. And well, we are currently working with 20 brands, and out of these 20, 16 brands are from the Italian market. Mm-hmm. So the Pitti is for us still the most important fair, apart from other fairs in Germany that we visit. So we mainly work from our main showroom in Düsseldorf.
Yes, okay.
And for a certain period we moved to Munich, working with South German clients and with Austrian clients. Mm-hmm. But as a fair, we mainly only go here to Pitti Bimbo. Yes. And this since a very long time. So I think to the Pitti Bimbo since approximately 10, 12 years, and even to the Pitti in general, yes, since more than 20 years.
Yes. Children's fashion, you know, we have had a number of interviews here, and children's fashion is a very competitive, a very difficult market sector in a way. So on a kind of a personal note, how did you get into children's fashion?
This is really interesting because where we come, well, I'm running this agency together with my wife, and we really come, or we are born in the brand business. We have both worked for the company Burberry for more than 10 or 12 years. And after that, to find some new experience, I personally first started, I've moved into the kids business. Mm-hmm. I've worked for the company CWF, which is one of the main key players in the license business. And after a while working for the German market, I've built and structured the CWF Deutschland GmbH, and after that we started our own agency, which we are now running since more than 10 years. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's really good, because you know there are lots of people, not only in Germany but in Europe, who think about the task, the job of a trade agency. It's is that a business which is still important, or could we actually do everything online? Does a company like Simonetta necessarily need a partner in Germany? But obviously they do, because it is such a sophisticated and very complex relationship between product, producer and the end consumer.
Yeah. Well, for us, I think especially in these times, it's really important to work directly as an agent between the companies, working with the clients in the market directly, because we have all the knowledge, so we know all the key players in the market, we know all the retailers, and especially for the retailers, it's always very important to have a person that they can trust, that has a knowledge of the market, of the industry, of the products, and working with these brands and really showing the brands for those markets.
Does that actually imply, when you represent one of your brands, do you go to big department stores, let's say in Munich, like Lodenfrei, and actually look at how the wear is presented? Do you give tips? Do you give advice and then report back to your clients?
This is one part of our business. Of course, we have to travel. We visit key accounts. We visit our retailers, our clients. We always try to help or to see where small changes could increase turnover. I especially come from the retail side, because at Burberry I was in charge of the retail in Central Europe, so even this is always helpful to give some impact and input into the retail business, especially in the kids business. Of course, this is really a major part of, beside the sales part, it's a major part of the business, visiting clients, visiting key accounts, not only talking about the current business, but talking about the future as well, to see is there any interesting new project, because especially in these times for us, it is really very important to offer to clients a full service, meaning is there anything new that could be helpful for the future, that could give new impact, could increase clients or clientele coming to the store, to attract new clients, because especially when times are not really easy, or the most easy ones, it is always helpful to show new things, to show new ideas, and this is one of our jobs. So we are, and this is as well one of the key points going to Pitti Bimbo, because here for us, of course, first it is important to represent the brands that we are working with.
But sorry for interrupting, but when you come here, you don't really come in order to see the brands which you are representing. Obviously you will see them, but all the paperwork, everything has been done, so to speak. Yeah. So you that's kind of social, so to speak. But you're coming here as well, to scan what's happening in the industry?
Yeah, because here at this fair you really see a lot of international brands, and for us it's always important to see what other brands are doing, how the collections look like, what colors are important. So really to compare the brands we are working with other brands, and to see as well whether there are interesting brands, important brands we could maybe work in the future, and to offer these brands to our markets.
It's quite interesting that you have so many Italian brands in your portfolio. Is there a German affinity to the Italian creativity, to the Italian design,
Well, me personally love the Italian market, but I have to be very careful because we work with French,
certainly.
With French companies as well. So of course, the French market is really important as well. But we both we like the Italian market. We like these Italian products and design, which is made in Italy, especially in the kids wear. A lot of brands from the history they come from the Italian market. So the design here is really important for us, and we always find new ideas and new things that we can show into our market or bring into our market.
We all know that compared to the size of the German market, the premium, the luxury sector in Germany is actually not that extensive, it's not that big. But still, are you being approached by, let's say, French labels like, your former employer CWF or others from other countries who take an interest in the German market, knowing full well it's not an easy one, but the potential is basically there?
Well, this is, let's say, we are mainly asked or approached from companies until today, since we started the business. We started with brands from CWF and some others, but since that time, building our agency, we had a lot of brands that contacted us. So most brands we currently carry, they have contacted us because they wanted to be represented in our agency. They know the way we are working, and until today, main brands we are working with contacted us and asked whether we would like to sell those brands for this market. And you're totally right that, of course, these premium and luxurious brands or brand level is not really easy, but we are really concentrated on this market. So especially in our agency, we have structured the agency that we start with a cost, or let's say an average cost price of roughly 14 euro, going up to high level like Fendi, Versace, where we have an average cost price of 85 euro. And we are always looking at the fact that all the brands we are carrying, they do not cannibalize each other. But currently in our market, in Germany, in Austria, the premium, which is for us really the middle price level, brands such as Kenzo, others in this price level, they are doing extremely well. And so we go up to top levels, such as mentioned, Versace and Fendi.
So when you speak to a new client, do you have, obviously it depends on the client, it depends on the level, the price level, etc. But you've got a kind of a tailor-made solution for this client. So you can advise, that's the first step we would do to represent you in Germany. What would the first step be? So what's the kind of the systematic approach you choose?
Well, first of all, let's say looking at stores, from our point of view, we ask clients, we give them some information about new brands, about brands we carry, and we work within the market that they could be interesting for these stores. So, of course, we look what brands, what price level are these stores carrying, and what is their clientele, and then we give some advice or some information of brands that could be helpful for the future, that could be helpful price-wise to attract more clients, to give more attractiveness to these stores.
And then you, after a certain period of time, half a year, whatever, you report back, you look at what you've achieved, and then you decide really with the client together, how to move forward, or how to possibly adjust, the objectives or the strategies that have been chosen.
Yeah, of course. This is what we do, and so what is really important, we have brands that season by season, year by year, or clients that really increase the level of brands they are working with. So we even started with a medium price level brand. It's always interesting for the next seasons maybe to put some additional brands in with a slightly higher price level because they might get additional clients into the store. And of course every season then we see what are the sales results, where can we do some changes, it's important to do changes, or how can we increase the business, how can we attract more clients for the store.
Fascinating. Last question. Time is running out. Always much too quick, really. You've been here 2 days. What's your impression? Is it compared to a year ago, talking autumn-winter season? What's your?
For us, it was really interesting. We had the feeling that there were more visitors than in the past seasons. We start with very attractive new brands that especially show here in this fair. Brands such as John Richmond, we start with MSGM, we start with Trussardi for the market. So for us it was really a very interesting fair. We had the opportunity to do presentations, to present these fairs to the German clientele, the Austrian clientele. We are working with both markets. And we had really interesting feedback. So we think it could be a very interesting season and an interesting future for both of us, for all of us.
Wonderful, great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thanks.
And for your time. Hope to see you again in half a year's time or so.
Yes, always. Thank you.
Thank you.